Wow! Cool.
Hello everyone, Brett back at it here from Universe of Adventures. Go ahead and subscribe here and also visit www.universeofadventures.com and subscribe to the blog there. So today we are doing something a little different when it comes to a beer review. We're actually doing a beer comparison video. You know, I got to thinking, not all beers have to be a part of a series like I did with the calendar or what my next one's going to be, which is pretty much an international box, Beers of the World. It doesn't have to be that. We can have standalone beer reviews. And this one presented a great opportunity because January is known as Dry Month, especially on Untappd. And there are plenty of non-alcoholic breweries out there, Athletic being one of them, which I will have a beer from them a little later and review it as well. But Untappd has badges for Lagunitas. They have several badges for Lagunitas, actually. I almost said at least. But at least actually, yes, they do have tons from Lagunitas. So, one of them is going to be, I will let you know actually what they are. This is me being prepared. Always be prepared, guys. But the badges are Even Moderation in Moderation, which is checking one Lagunitas IPNA and one Lagunitas IPA between January 1st and January 31st, which we will do today. And then there is the Week 2 Lagunitas IPNA Dry January. I didn't have an IPNA in Week 1. This is the first time I'm ever going to have the IPNA, actually. And that just means I have to check in one before January 14th. So, let me make sure I got these correct. Okay. I have two beers in front of me, as you can see. Both Lagunitas. One's the original Lagunitas IPA, which I've had. Gave it a 4.25. Said it wasn't my favorite IPA, but still gave it a good rating. Haven't had it since 2017 when I was in Minneapolis. The other is the IPNA. Why is it called IPNA? Because it's a non-alcoholic beer. I've never had this, and the main thing that I'm going to do today is not only rate them, but compare them. Does the IPNA really taste like the IPA? And that's what I'm going to do. Realistically, I thought of several ways about how I'm going to do this. One way was that I'm going to do a blind taste test and have Haley give me the beers and see if I could guess. But I decided I wanted just to compare them because I knew one was going to be non-alcoholic and the other one was going to be alcoholic. Just compare them to see how similar in taste they do taste like. Wait, what? How similar in taste they taste. That works. We'll go with that. And I'm not going to be the one reviewing this either. The other two beer stooges hopefully will participate. I know one for sure will, and the other one we'll just see. He's kind of got a hurt foot right now, so we're kind of waiting to see what he's going to do. And they might just do it from their own places, so we won't get together for it, but that'll just be a separate video. I'll upload it as soon as the time comes around so you can see their review, and then maybe this will become a series then. Maybe it will become a playlist just for the Lagunitas IPAs. Maybe it'll be attached to this video depending on how long it takes me to edit. I don't know. Alright? So anyway, let's go ahead and get to this. First, I'm just going to read the Untappd descriptions for both of them, obviously, because that's just what I do, right? So obviously, the Lagunitas IPA is an American IPA. This is our unique version of an ancient style, a style as old as the ocean trade routes of the last century's great ships, not as old as the equator they had to cross twice en route. Lagunitas IPA was our first seasonal way back in 1995. The recipe was formulated with malt and hops working together to balance it all out on your buds, so you can knock back more than one without wearing yourself out. Big on the aroma with a hoppy sweet finish that'll leave you wanting another sip. It's a 6.2% beer, 52 IBUs on this one. Like I said, I gave it a 4.25. My friend's average was 3.69 over tons of them. They had 12 different check-ins of it. Obviously, Lagunitas makes some great beers. Lagunitas sucks, which I think I'm done. I'm not saying Lagunitas sucks, by the way. They're a great brewery. Lagunitas sucks is a beer they made. It was a badge on Untappd, which I also got. I bought that. Another IPA. Terrific. They make tons of great beers, so I'm anxious to see how they are on the non-alcoholic side of things. So, non-alcoholic beer. This will be the only second beer that I've ever checked in that was non-alcoholic on Untappd. The other one was a ginger beer that I actually drank in a Moscow Mule, if that even counts. But I did check it in on Untappd, and obviously that's non-alcoholic too. And I was down in Georgia for a little airshow gathering. I drank it there. So, anyway, this one is 0.4%, 25 IBUs. A non-alcoholic, full-flavored IPA, dry hop with mosaic and citra hops. This confounding creation uses the same ingredients found in our highly balanced IPAs, hops, malt, yeast, and water, and thus the same deliciousness, but brewed without the ceremonial fez and ancient incantations that normally take it over the edge. So, anxious to see what it's like. I don't know if it's really supposed to be comparable to the IPA itself, considering the way the description was read and it's a lot lower in IBUs. I don't think so. But it's still an IPA that just doesn't have alcohol in it. But we're going to compare the two anyway, and we'll see what the ratings come out to. See if this one even changed, and we will see if how I like the IPNA. So here goes the pours. I got smaller glasses just so we can compare them, and then I will just down the bottles afterwards. That's just the way she blows, I guess. The way she goes. I was going to say thar she blows, and then away she blows. Never mind. Just never mind. So, this is the alcoholic one. This one's fighting to come off. Can't say it doesn't want to give me alcohol because this one's barely even alcoholic. Alright, and here's the pause for the Untappd photos. Alright, so as I was taking my Untappd videos, the smell. You can just smell that IPA, that hoppy smell, so I'm really anxious for this. We are going to start... I'm actually going to smell both of them. They do have a different smell. They do. So, but I'm going to start with the actual IPA to start again. Had it before, 4.25. Tastes just like I remember. Tastes like a normal IPA. You get that hoppy smell, a little bit of the malt smell. Hop dominant flavor. Yeah, still good. Even though I said it wasn't one of my favorite IPAs back in 2017, I gave it a 4.25. So it really is a good IPA either way. And yeah, it's one that I would drink. I definitely would drink it. But yeah, just as usual. Solid IPA. But you're not watching to see my review on that, obviously. I'm sure many of you beer aficionados have had Lagunitas IPA. You're anxious on this one. You're also wondering, why are you drinking a non-alcoholic beer? I always laughed at the thought of non-alcoholic beer, but the more I came to appreciate beer, the more I thought, maybe it's not all that bad. Because you still get great taste, while also keeping it low in alcohol. There can't be anything wrong with that, right? I mean, we like the beer because of the taste, not just because we can get super drunk off of it, right? I mean, sometimes that's fun. It depends. I like to party sometimes. Definitely did when I was younger. Not as much anymore. Actually, no, I still do like to party, but ideas of parties have changed. But I was never a big crowd fighter either sometimes, and which is weird because I work in the airshow industry, and whatever. Anyway, back to the non-alcoholic IPNA. We're gonna give this a shot now, and I wouldn't mind trying more non-alcoholic beers in the future. Kind of on the lay low days, have some of them just to get that great beer taste, but without going too crazy. Yeah, I'm not one to really get hungover anyway. Never had that issue, but hey, it can't hurt, right? Just give it a shot. So we're gonna do this one. This does smell a lot different. I'm not getting as much of a hop smell, which scares me a little bit, especially for something that's still supposed to be an IPA. I mean, it does say non-alcoholic IPA. So we're just gonna go for it. I don't know what to make of the smell, so we're just gonna try it. That is a vastly different taste. That is a vastly different taste, and I don't even know how to describe the taste. It's not hoppy at all. I don't get many hops out of it. It's very thin and dry. I don't want to say it tastes stale, but it has that taste in it. Almost like there was some other type of sugar that was used for it, but not enough to really get the yeast to produce as much alcohol, because obviously the sugar contents were kept low. It doesn't taste watery. It just... I don't know. It doesn't taste watery, but it does taste like a watered down IPA, if that makes sense. Like right there, I got a little bit of hop flavor, but not much. Very faint. And I'm not sure what that taste is that I'm tasting. And I'm not necessarily saying that it's horrible, but it's also not what I was expecting. So, I don't know. Comparing the two is, this still sits with a 4.25. Ooh. If you drink the two back to back, it really enhances the flavor in that one. Yeah, this is difficult. Because I can't decide if, obviously I'm sticking with this ranking, and you can even see they do look a little different in color anyway. This is unlike anything I've had before, I want to remind you that. And I do plan on trying some more non-alcoholic beverages to kind of see how they are. If they all are going to taste oddly different. Because this is way different than any beer I've ever tasted, I'll tell you that. And like I said, I cannot identify what that taste is. I wish I could. Maybe one of the other two guys will be able to identify it for you, one of the other two stooges. But I just can't do it right now. And, I don't know. It's, I'm going to say it's not a bad beer, or near beer, or whatever you want to call it. But that bland smell kind of transfers over to the taste. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to use the word stale. But it tastes like a watered down IPA. It doesn't taste watery, but it's just a very bland flavor. I'm going to have to go with a 2.8 on this one. Like I said, it's kind of going to set the mold of the rest of the non-alcoholic beer. I didn't even rate the ginger beer. But this is going to kind of set the mold for it, and we'll see which ones are better and which ones aren't. This isn't going to be the last time I drink an IPNA from Lagunitas, so we will see how I feel further down the road if the rankings change. If they do, maybe I'll make an updated video. And maybe this just tastes so bland to me right now